is our Igbo compound here at the Frontier Culture Museum, and we talk about Igbo people amongst all the different groups of West Africans, because this particular ethno-linguistic group that primarily lives in Nigeria today made up about 40% of the enslaved population in Virginia. So just like with all of our other old world sites, we're showing how a very important group was living in their place of origin, so how they were living back in West Africa in the 18th century. And this is a way for us to also talk about all of their cultural contributions. So the kinds of music that came over from West Africa, the kinds of food, the kinds of actual plants themselves. So this is a way of us to show really how American life was shaped and formed, in many ways influenced by West African culture.
The Igbo farm village is where the Igbo congregate every year to celebrate festivals, display masquerades and other cultural events. This man was behind everything. He came to Nigeria with the Cultural Committee of Monuments, and they shipped thatched and other traditional tools from Nigeria to America. People from different parts of the US came to work on this piece of land. Children and adults, including white people, they used ordinary sands to mold blocks. Professor Akuma supervised and partook in everything. He started it. This is a good one. It's a good one. One thing is that we should not allow inferiority complex, to just take over us. And that is one thing that a lot of people have not really come out of. Some people just believe that they don't have what it takes, or they don't believe in themselves. They think they don't have, there's nothing good about them. That's just the way to simply put it. You can imagine coming to Nigeria to come and get the material, to make it seem or look like the way it is, even in our villages, all these mud houses. You can imagine. It's a welcome development. If you believe in yourself, you will not be ashamed. And that's why you see some people, they will tell you, oh, you don't know how to speak Queen's English, you don't know how to do whatever. That is you. All those other people that can speak all those whatever English, that is their own local language, and you want to be like them. And what you have what it is, and we are even more at advantage because we can diversify. That is one thing about us. But all those people that will tend to imitate or emulate, they can't do more than one thing. They are just one-way traffic. That is it. They are one-way traffic. But we are multitasking. We can fit in everywhere. That is one thing about us. Mostly Nigeria. I don't talk about Africa. I talk about Nigeria. Mostly, majority of us from Nigeria, we know what we are capable of doing. You can imagine. And because these people have not even seen it, and they will be wondering. But the man came to Nigeria to use that mode.
This is Igbo village in Virginia, United States of America. This Igbo village is located within the Frontier Culture Museum in Staunton, Virginia. It is a recreation of a traditional Igbo farm village built to showcase the contributions of the Igbo people to the development of the American frontier. The village is a permanent exhibit at the museum and features authentic West African farm structures and materials. You could remember last time ago, I think this year, North Carolina declared June 14th as Igbo Day. Governor George Steen of North Carolina officially proclaimed June 14th as Igbo Day in North Carolina. Do you know what this means? The Igbos have been recognized by their government, and June 14th was given to them to celebrate their culture. This is a country that cherishes people's value, people's hard work, a country that values people's contribution in their country, in the development of their country. Igbos have been known all over the world to play a key contributory role to the development of their host countries. And the governor of North Carolina recognized their efforts and declared 14th of June as Igbo Day. People we are seeing here are Igbo sons and daughters that visited the museum to see their cultural heritage, everything about their culture. Igbos are great people in Africa. Anywhere they go, they keep shining. Igbos are highly progressive in nature, people with good mindsets. You can see large number of crowd of Igbo people trooping in. Many came with their children to see their culture, to witness their culture, to see a lot of things about their culture that they don't know, they have not seen before with their eyes. Here is you can see firewood, clay pot, and that clay pot makes water cool. It serves as the refrigerator. Then it is used in olden days. You can see it. A lot of things about Igbos are here. Igbo heritage, Igbo history. This one is Eku spoon, our traditional spoon. Here is where they cook. You can see the firewood. You can see the firewood in the basket. Here is a traditional house, Odogwu's house. You can see the interior, how it used to be in olden days, our forefathers. The way they make their house, the arrangement of their house. You can see the pot, the clay pot for water. It makes water cool. You can see everything in the interior of the house. You can see a place they cook here. You can see the wooden gun, Ekwe. This is Obi Ogaraya. You can see the bed, the way they make their bed, the way they used to make their bed then. You can see everything inside the interior. You can see the woman roasting yam. She's practicing her culture, she's observing her culture. This is very interesting.
I'm Dr. Nwachukwu Anakwenze. I'm fully titled Chief. I'm the Chairman of Board of Presidents of Council of Igbo States, an organization that brings all the different Igbo states together. So this is the Obi. That's where the chiefs gather together and pray. It's usually the chiefs and the men. That's where they gather and they meet the priests. They meet with the chiefs and that's where they pray. This is like the temple.
My name is Patricia Phillips. I am a volunteer here and have been for almost 8 years. This particular compound has a husband and 2 wives and lots of children. Polygamy was the order of the day. There were certain roles for women and certain roles for men.
This is a house of one wife, this is the house of the second wife. Then he stays in the middle and the 2 wives stays on both sides of him.
The man never entered her home. In many ways, I think that was kind of separate but equal. She had her own kitchen, and if he took on another wife, he would have to build her a house, he would have to provide her a kitchen, and the other women, I'm sure, would have had to have had a say in the woman that was chosen to be a third wife.
The best way to get labor to work on a farm is to have multiple wives and to have an abundance of children. That was a style, and it was a good style at the time period. Generation upon generation will live in this compound. This man may have his in-laws here, may have his parents, and the children were children of all the wives. They took care of each other. As the saying goes, it takes a village to educate and to create a child and also to bring one up.
Today I'm working on this house because it has a lot of very deep, deep cracks. And in the winter when it freezes, those cracks can be very, very wide and deep. You have to patch all the cracks first, and then you can put like an outer coating of mud to make it smooth and look even.
The Igbo people were notoriously well adapted to being people of great ironworks as well as blacksmiths, so this is the forge that he used to make his implements.
Ironworks was fully developed long before the coming of the Europeans. The Igbos were producing their farm implements. They produced their hoe, their machetes, the spear they use in killing animals.
We discovered these metals that can be used, and we could use them to manufacture things which will help us in survival.
It was the Igbos that knows how to manage iron ores and produce it into steel. And they took all those knowledge and experiences into America.
We're now going to the garden, and the garden was an integral part of the Igbo compound. He is growing okra for his family. Here he has beans, but more importantly, he is a yam farmer, and these yams were to sustain his family for the entire year. The more yams that he grew, the more prosperous that he was.
In the village, it's self-sufficient. You cook, you go to the backyard, you get enough things to make your food. It's like Pyramid Hill where we plant our yam. Then the stake is put in here so that it will climb around. This tree goes around, it rolls up and go all the way. This is like typical village. This is how we farm.
I will call on everybody here at the sound of my voice to pause in remembrance of our ancestors who paved this way for us, who dreamed for this day. A moment of silence.
In 1600s, our people came here. They didn't come by church, brother. They were dragged in. When they came, they make the most of it. You're looking at evidence of their imprints.
Have a handshake for all of us. In remembrance of those who came here, we are connecting. This reconnection, when you go home, anything you touch, feel reconnected.
We want to take this opportunity to reach out to our brothers and sisters throughout the Americas and even beyond, to look into their history, to look into their DNA and find their true identity. Our goal is to connect everyone to the original heritage so that they know where they came from. They know their roots and they can connect to it. So we're inviting them to please go out there and do their genetic testing. Find out if they're of Igbo lineage, and then we can help bring them together and connect them back home to their kins and kindred.
We have affiliated organization that's led by Chinyere, Njoku herself Igbo. They do DNA tests and they find out who's Igbo, and then they bring them to us for our high priest, the king, to bless them and pray for them, using our white chalk to wash away the evil of slavery and all of that. It's a big moment for them because they're back, they're restored. Before they were wandering around confused, who am I don't know who I am. Now they know who they are.
Everything that we had, everything that we were, everything that we knew was wiped out. Our names were taken away. Our language is taken away. Our heritage. Our mind was taken away. Many of us who are on a search for identity, our search for roots. So coming here is a way to celebrate our reuniting, our healing, our reconnection, reinforming our common heritage and our common traditions.
I am Igbo. I am here to bring other DNA-tested African descendants that have learned their ancestry back home. It is our responsibility to make sure that we connect with our family, to learn where we come from. Because you see, we know how to get there, we just didn't know where to go to. So whenever our Igbo sisters and brothers begin to DNA test. And if you match our DNA, then that means you're my cousin. Yes. You're my uncle. Yes. You're my auntie. Yes. And now all you have to do is point me in the right direction because we're coming home.